Another day, and here we go. I'm Anna Dalman, and today is number 44 of my note writing. And the note to myself for this morning was, how long before you take action? And that's the same challenge for you. How long before you take action? We all know deep down inside those things we need to change in our lives and work on. And we all know what we need to do. Sometimes it's just get up and do it. It's like yesterday I did mention in a movie I'd seen a while ago, the main character stated acta non verba, which means deeds, not words. We need to put into effect, actually take the steps to do those things we know we need to do. And yeah, sometimes it's hard. I know it is. That's why I'm doing this encouragement, because I know it can be hard, especially if we have been through a season of time where life hasn't been fun. It's been hard, it's been difficult, and some people that is their daily, what life is for them every day. And so it's a moment by moment reminder to themselves, deeds, not words. We need to put into effect those things we know to bring the changes to our lives. Now, yesterday or the past few days I have said July has 31 days and the book of Proverbs has 31 chapters, and that I would take a few verses, one or two from each chapter on a daily basis and share the application of them. So in Proverbs chapter 1, I thought I would take a look at verse 8, starting at verse 8. Hear, my son, your father's instruction, and forsake not your mother's teaching. And then in verse 22 it says, how long, O simple ones, will you love being simple? So in essence, what is being said there, we all have mothers and fathers. We all have mentors, guides, counselors who instruct us, or just plain old-fashioned good solid friends who encourage us to do certain things in life and warn us and counsel us and direct us and guide us. And we need to listen to them, especially if it is solid, good, wholesome directions for us. Then the second one, and that's obvious, right? That's logical. And then the second one I read to you was verse 22. How long, as simple ones, will you love being simple? Sometimes we can be so stubborn and so want to be right and justify our position or what we're doing that we won't listen to that counsel. We know in our gut that what we're doing moving forward is wrong, but yet we don't want anybody to tell us what to do because we know better than everybody else, and we just go for it. Now that's a young person's response and a young person's mindset. And young, I'm not even necessarily referring to an age. It is just young, immature, not fully functioning or developed, or wanting to listen to other people besides your own limited knowledge of a situation. And we need to be careful. We need to be cautious. Now, I did say that Proverbs was a good starting point, because from there, if you read it, and we know the logic in especially the part of parents, mothers and fathers, and I inferred that also to be those figures in your life cautioning you and warning you. A while ago I also shared with you Psalm number 1, which once you understand Proverbs and it opens you up to wanting to read more or know more, it could take you back to Psalm 1 verse 1. Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, nor stands in the path of sinners. Now our parents tell us, be warned, be cautious, don't mix with those people. If you're simple, like verse 22 of Proverbs 1, you want to be right because I'm my friends and no one's going to tell me so and so is bad, or your friends or other stronger people in your life are telling you not to date someone, or that's the red flag there, don't go that way, but you want to justify your choices and what you want from life, and so you don't listen to it. In your simpleness, in your simple-mindedness, you go forward and do what you want to do. Now, I do need to caution you, you may read Proverbs and do everything it says. This is what you've got to do because this is what the outcome is. Not necessarily so. Sometimes we do what is morally and ethically right to serve a community, and it ends up backfiring terribly with great consequences to us. I did refer to that when I spoke about the necessity to really take our commitments very, very seriously, because it's so important. It defines who we are. Once you've committed something, it's your word, and it's your responsibility, and it's your duty. So to share with you some application here, we still need wisdom even when we're doing everything right, everything our counselors and our mentors are telling us to do. When I used that example of commitments, I was referring to a situation I had experienced. I had also been encouraged by my mentors, my influences, who I greatly respected and still do respect to this day, to make these commitments. I had some red flags, but I never shared them with my mentors, those people I looked up to who were encouraging me to make this commitment. I should have. That was my prideful, that was my simpleness, my foolishness not to have done that. In hindsight, I was trying to do the greater good, the greater work, for more people to have the opportunities to further their understanding of the Word of God in what I was trying to work on and create for them. Now, had I taken a step back and assessed the situation, I would have realized that the main leader in my new community, not the old one that I had moved from, and who encouraged me to seek out commitments in the new one, and whom I counseled with. So the new community, the main person in that, knew of my background, knew of the work I'd done before, and it was a remarkable work, not because of who I am, but because of who God is. They would share things with me about their community and their co-leaders, and they were never ever gracious. And I, at that time, heard it as an open sharing with me because of my counseling background. Little did I realize that that was just the character of the person, that person actually was not sharing that for mutual counseling or counseling understanding or for me to input into it. That was the person's character. They just spoke badly about everybody, because in time it was proven that was done of me too. Nothing nice or good was said about me to his co-leaders, who then formed a negative opinion of me based on that. So in life, we can often do all we know morally and ethically is right to further a good work, and it falls flat. It doesn't mean that the Word of God wasn't functioning well. It always does. It just means that we are surrounded by some nasty people. Now, if you go on in Proverbs 1 to read the caution of surrounding ourselves with negative people, I never gave it enough time to know who those people were. And since then, I have counseled people in similar situations when they're moving from one community to another. Don't commit to a group of people until you've been there for quite a period of time. I would say up to 2 years. You've got to know the nuances of a community. You've got to know the nuances of cultures. And if it's multicultural, you've got to know the nuances of them all, to find your friends, to find your support system in that before you make any greater commitments. So I hope that's some encouragement to you. And until tomorrow for Proverbs chapter 2 and another day of encouragement, we'll talk again. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye. God bless.